Hello and welcome to the Appleby Hour. I am Appleby, and today I'd like to talk to you about the left and the right. Now, I believe those terms originate in the French Revolution. There was a meeting. Oh, I can't remember where. Once upon a time I did, but the right wing, who wanted to preserve a monarchy, moved to the right side of the room. And the left, who wanted something different, moved to the left. That's where it comes from, you know. I suspect that there might be some like deeper sort of archetypical things which led to that configuration, but whatever. We'll take that at face value. Uh, that is what the left and right is largely. That's what I want to talk about, the nature of these two forces, because they are, fundamentally psychological. Obviously, they're people make these things, and people are psychological beings. So, what is the psychology behind each? Well, if you're on the left, you are guided by anger, anticipation, curiosity. You're you see the present and you imagine what could be. The future is an exciting, a welcoming place. You're optimistic about it, in a certain sense. The right, they are guided by fear, shock, disgust. They see the new and it revolts them. They're frightened of it. They want us to keep where we are or move backwards, to regress. And to them the future is a threat. It's not an opportunity. It's a dire threat. It's searching for a word. It's a danger. It's something to be avoided. That to a certain extent, it makes me feel. It makes me very optimistic because conservatives are against the flow of time almost. They how many of them talk about how they want to return to the 1950s? They like forget about the policies which allowed the 1950s to exist. They're against all those. They but they want to get in the time machine and take our society back to the 1950s. It simply isn't possible. We can build a new regime of regulation and taxation, the things that allowed the 1950s to be what they were, and I'm fully in favor of that. But that's still moving forward. They're not for that. I don't know. To me, it's sort of a conundrum because I want to defeat the right, but they seem so fundamental. So like this division is almost like I see it as a temperament. Like I've known plenty of left wing people who had a right wing temperament and who were sort of converted, and I know right wing people who have a left wing temperament. Although I think those are rarer. I think if you're born with that sort of anger, anticipation, curiosity orientation, that you're more likely to stay on that track. If you're born with the fear, shock, disgust triad, then not so much. It's once you leave that, you're not gonna return. um, Rarely happens. I so how do you defeat this? What's the plan moving forward? How do we overcome the right permanently? Well, I just don't like I want to believe that it's possible, but I don't know that it is. I think that what we need to do is we need to change what the right is. You need to choose your enemies carefully. And I think we can sort of, garden and turn the right into what we need it to be, which is something which is a check on progress, but reasonably so. Something that they can't do now. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know exactly how to do that. But I know that their politics need to change drastically. maybe the libertarian impulse is one that we should feed, that they want freedom, but at the same time, it's always libertarians always just lead right into the far right authoritarians. They don't, even the principled ones, it doesn't seem to stick. This is one video that's just totally open ended. I would love to hear suggestions. What form could we have these right temperamented people? What form could we turn that into? Like, how do we make a sculpture out of this marble? It seems impossible. But of course, I know it isn't. There must be a path. I want to hear what you have to say. So please leave something below. Share it around, do the things, blah, blah, blah. Thank you for watching.